Philippine tennis sensation Alex Eala has finished ticket.
4 Alex Eala's Stuttgart sessions. Courtside tickets are valid for that length of time.
We came here because she's also here.
Of course.
Supposedly persisted before totally disappearing. Minutes, not hours.
I just wanted to thank you all so much for the support. The atmosphere these past few days have been completely amazing.
Prices in secondary markets skyrocketed. 60,000 Filipinos were reportedly organizing throughout Germany, according to fan media. Alex Eala had not yet struck a ball, and the tournament administrators were rushing to modify capacity projections. This is the tale of how the Filipino Army sold out a WTA 500 event before their champion took the court, and why even Rafael Nadal was taken aback by what was happening. Eala concluded Linz's run in the round of 16 7 days ago. Qinwen Zhang left Stuttgart 48 hours later due to an injury. Alex Eala was entered directly into the Porsche Tennis Grand Prix main draw. The draw was made public on April 11. Leylah Fernandez was her opponent in the first round, and the World Battle of Filipinas, the Filipino-Canadian came in at number 25. The narrative wrote itself. The ticketing catastrophe started in a matter of hours. Stuttgart is a WTA 500 indoor clay event that takes place at Porsche Arena in front of a traditional European audience. It is a competition designed for accuracy and efficiency. Eala's name appeared in the draw, and what transpired was not anticipated nor effective. With courtside seats gone, prime sessions sold out, secondary markets booming, and fan organizations organizing travel from all around Germany, home to an estimated 450,000 Filipinos, the largest diaspora community in Western Europe. Courts started to flood Filipino media and social media. This wasn't just a passing interest. Before Eala had played a single point in the competition, this mobilization was taking place. Eala's main draw entrance was verified by Porsche Tennis on April 7. The announcement followed typical WTA procedure and was a replacement slot. The reaction from the fans was everything but typical. Reports surfaced within a day of the draw's announcement that interest for important sessions with Eala's matches was at sellout levels. Usually available days in advance of lesser events, courtside tickets reportedly vanished in a matter of minutes. Price spikes that organizers equate with finals weekend rather than first-round play started to appear on the secondary market. According to fan media, 60,000 Filipinos from all across Germany were getting ready to attack Stuttgart. The pattern is evident whether or not that precise figure holds, and one in this diaspora watches from home. They appear. Imagine yourself in the role of tournament director. Based on seeding and celebrity power, you budget for attendance estimates. Your top picks are well-known brands. Suddenly, your replacement entry, which is ranked 46th in the world, is creating demand that you did not anticipate, cannot ignore, and have 72 hours to meet. It's not the first time. Earlier this year, Linz reported a 400% increase in tickets for Eala's games. With some sessions reportedly drawing 90% Filipino spectators, Indian Wells witnessed the 2 million Filipino residents of California transform her games into boisterous home court environments. Tickets disappear on Wednesday. The draw is announced on Monday. Eala hasn't served once since Sunday. What sets this apart from typical fan fervor is the rapidity. Over the course of a tournament run, normal excitement grows. Pre-ignition is what this is. The Filipino Army doesn't wait to find out who wins. Before the first ball is hit, they make a commitment. Videos of fans planning watch parties, hotel blocks, and group travel with the dexterity of a military operation are making the rounds on the internet. According to one YouTube analysis, the demand was at the level of a pop concert. Secondary listings with markups that would make a Grand Slam quarterfinal blush were displayed in another. What makes it seismic is as follows. Eala will play Leylah Fernandez in her first game, Filipino-Canadian identity against Filipino ancestry, left-hander versus left-hander. The Filipino Army isn't purchasing tickets because of the narrative tension, even though it would sell tickets on its own. Because Alex Eala is their representative, they are purchasing tickets. Their pride is in their country. They provide evidence that a girl from Manila can enter a Stuttgart Porsche Arena and be treated like the star of the show. Instead of planning for a typical WTA 500 week, tournament administrators are instead overseeing something more akin to a cultural phenomena. This level of pre-match excitement has never been witnessed in the sport by a player ranked outside of the top 30. You anticipated it if you have followed Eala. Since her junior Grand Slam victories, her time at the Rafa Nadal Academy, or her initial WTA victories, you are aware that the Filipino fanbase is infrastructure rather than hype. What you saw early on is finally being acknowledged by the Globe. 11-time French champion Tony Nadal Open champion coach, Hall of Fame caliber tennis mind. and mastermind behind his nephew Rafael's success on clay courts, just joined Eala's coaching staff for her transition to European clay. Eala responded, "It's fantastic, and I feel truly privileged to have Tony as part of my team." When asked about the acquisition, "It is such a blessing to us. I would have been astounded if you had told me that years ago." Weeks before to Stuttgart, the ticket confusion, and the sellout rumors, that statement was made. Tony Nadal takes his name very seriously. The fact that he is spending practical time with a 20-year-old who is rated 46 tells you exactly what top coaches see in her development. According to reports, his nephew Rafa, who constructed the academy where Eala resides, has been astounded by the amount of support she has received in recent times. You are no longer just a budding talent when a 22-time Grand Slam champion who has witnessed every form of tennis devotion notices your audience. You are a movement. The 450,000 Filipinos living in Germany are hardly an exception. They serve as a sneak peek. Stuttgart competes in the WTA 500. The next big clay destination, Madrid, is located in a nation with an even bigger Filipino population. Roland Garros is located in Paris, which has a strong diaspora around France. What happens if Eala advances to a Masters or Grand Slam quarterfinal on clay with Tony Nadal courtside and Stuttgart is sold out before she plays? What sponsors already know is beginning to be understood by tournaments. Ranking points have no bearing on the Eala effect. In markets where tennis has historically had difficulty making money, it is about assured attendance, television eyes, and cultural resonance. The WTA has been attempting to penetrate the Asian market for years. Alex Eala is blowing it up instead of cracking it, utilizing North American and European diaspora networks as the fuse. Globe Telecom, Babolat, and Nike are not charity partners. These are strategic investments on a player whose supporters attend every game regardless of the outcome, purchase tickets in large quantities, and transform every game into a cultural event. Roland Garros is 6 weeks away, Stuttgart is in April, Madrid starts in 2 weeks, and Rome comes next. There is no slowing down of the Filipino Army, they're expanding. Linz was the last competition Eala finished. Before losing to Jelena Ostapenko, she advanced to the round of 16.4-6-5-7, loss against a previous French Open champion in straight sets. There is no guilt in the outcome. More important than the score was what she said afterward. "Seeing this community come together in support of me is absurd. I'm so thankful to everyone who's made the time. No excuses, no resentment over the loss, only thankfulness, no matter how big or tiny." The Filipino Army continues to show up because of this approach, which is to recognize the support rather than focus on the defeat. They are observers of a journey and are aware that obstacles are a necessary part of the process. They are not fair weather enthusiasts. 60,000 Filipinos are mobilizing throughout Germany, and courtside seats sold out in a matter of minutes. Diaspora takeover occurred at a WTA 500 event. Before Alex Eala has served a single ball in Stuttgart, Moni Nadal is courtside and Leylah Fernandez is waiting across the net. The Filipino Army is not merely standing by their champion. One sold-out session at a time, they are redefining what constitutes fan power in professional tennis. Will Eala overcome Fernandez and advance far into the Stuttgart draw thanks to the thunderous noise inside Porsche Arena? Or will she be put to the test in ways that even Tony Nadal is unprepared for by the burden of carrying the aspirations of an entire country? Leave a comment with your prediction. Subscribe today if you have been following this path since the early WTA breakthroughs, the Junior Slams, and the Rafa Nadal Academy days. Because every Eala match is being turned into history by the Filipino Army, and real believers do not miss a single chapter. This isn't just tennis. It's evidence that the entire sport must adapt when a community chooses to participate.